What does public land? What is public land? So what does public land? What is public land? What does public land? What does public lands mean to you? So with the ongoing real threat of public lands being sold off by the current administration and the Republican majority in the House and Senate here in the United States, I wanted to hear from everyone I spoke with at Sea Otter to get their take on what public lands mean to them. So here's what they had to say. All right, so before we dive into the video, I do want to take a quick moment to let you all know this one is supported in part by Tailfin. Tailfin designs and engineers technical bikepacking equipment for almost any kind of adventure. Innovation and quality are at the heart of what makes them tick, and their constant strive to create better performing gear means that you can just focus on enjoying the ride. They offer a full range of options for hauling your gear, whether you're taking on a big race or simply escaping for an overnighter. So for more on Tailfin, be sure to click the card in the top right corner here, or you can also find the link in the description below. Now, I was really vague when I asked the question to everyone, but I think the general consensus from their answers is pretty telling. We all value public lands deeply, not just as an outlet to escape, say, the daily rigors of life, but for many of these brands, their businesses depend on public lands. Without public lands, we risk losing the access that so many of us rely on. Just like with the tariff video I published last week, I asked each person I spoke to the same basic question. What do public lands mean to you? And here's what they had to say.
Public lands mean a lot. Being from San Francisco, the parks, that really is like what I think holds the city up. You know, thousands of people are out every day experiencing that land. And then the greater public lands, like being in the high desert, bike packing, just areas that you know you are safe, you can trust, and you can really just feel alive. I mean, I think they're absolutely instrumental to why we're here today.
It's a space where we all have rights to be, have rights to recreate. Public land is why I think I'm interested in bicycles. It's like what bicycles allow me to access. And it's sort of why I think we're all here. I think without public access to wilderness spaces, I think very few of us would be as invested in something like cycling, which obviously has health benefits, has mental health benefits. But I think it's a little bit of one of these things that, you know, we're creatures of the wild, and I think that we're entitled, every one of us, to use those spaces and to protect those spaces in the natural way that they're meant to be.
Public lands, I mean, accessible to everybody, and you know, having fun in the outdoors is what it means to me.
As a member of the public, and other people have access to enjoy lands without restrictions.
As far as like, you know, BLM land or like where people are out bike packing and, you know, the access we have to the land out there is a really valuable asset, especially for people that are cycling, camping, hiking.
Yep.
Really important.
Great.
So we got a lot of BLM around BLM land around Ashland actually. And a lot of the maps, you know, you can see it. There'll be these squares all over the map, and so depending on where you're at, as you're in town, you're on public land, but then it starts to pretty quickly get into national forest, BLM land. So it's really valuable for us. Yeah.
Public lands.
Yes.
In general, like
Yep.
BLM.
BLM, National Forest. What does it mean to you?
It means recreate.
Perfect. Great.
It means get out there and you get to feel yourself. You get to, it's not like, it's freedom.
There we go. What do public lands mean to you?
Oh wow, public lands, in one word, freedom.
Okay.
Public lands is freedom, it's recreation, it's culture, it's a fantastic part of our society. It's a great place where we can recreate and typically recreate with conveniences, bathrooms, personnel on staff, trailheads that are marked with maps. To me, and so that's one word to a lot of words.
Yep.
And personally, to me, it is such a huge part of my life.
that I would probably say it's the second to relationships and other interpersonal things that are just really close to yourself. It's the biggest part of my life. It's the best part of my life.
Awesome.
Public land, I suppose it's in the title, isn't it? So it's places for people to be able to go as the public. Like, is it owned by the council or the state? Parks, trails, fields, the land that's not in use.
Yep.
Basically anything that isn't private land.
Okay. Maybe I'll change that question a little bit more. What does the ability to use outdoor spaces mean to you?
Everything. Like, if the variations of like public access across either trails or fields or campgrounds or forests or anything like that in our country is really, really strict. So the forest is all privately owned. All the campgrounds are all privately owned. Any kind of natural parks is all like pretty locked down. You're not allowed to camp there. There's been a lot of hoo-ha with the Dartmoor National Park recently. People used to be able to bike pack through there all the time and camp out, but there's a few issues with the land access rights for that. I feel like Scotland should very much be the basis for everyone. But there's just not enough public access land in our country.
Yeah, for sure. So we think that people should have access to land, should have places to ride, shouldn't have to pay for that access, whether they're paying for a plot of land or whether they're paying for, like, hopefully you're contributing to your local trail association, all of that. I think it's on all of us to make sure that exists. But I think access to land, making sure that does not disappear, is pretty critical.
So what does public lands mean to you?
Yeah, public lands, it's a point of access for all the people that ride DT Swiss products. So whether that's adventure riding or touring, whatever it is, folks use public lands. We design products to go into those lands, so it's important to us.
What does public lands mean to you?
Public lands, it means everything to me, Neil. Like, I got into this because I love the outdoors. Like, it's so important to me as a business owner after a stressful day or just a busy day to be able to get out and do the thing I love, which is get out and away from people, out in the backcountry, experiencing nature and being able to do that in a way where I feel safe and relaxed and that sort of stuff. It's so critical to be able to do those things. I mean, obviously, Old Man Mountain, we're about bike packing. A lot of that is kind of on the rugged side of things. We're using public lands for that. But just as our core thing, my wife and I, that we founded Robert Axel Project, and that's so important to us. Can't state it enough.
Kind of like this freedom idea, right, that is very American, which is a really powerful thing. Like, you go to Europe and there's these beautiful mountains, but it's all been kind of commercialized, and there's gondolas and trams, and America has this amazing value that is, we really care about protecting our public lands, and it's for people to use and fight for, and
The first thing that I could think of is BLM land. But I guess availability, like public availability to land, access.
Okay. Perfect.
Is that
That's
answer
great.
the question?
I'm,
All right, cool.
I'm keeping it vague.
I'm
compiling them all together.
Spend a lot of time in like BLM land for sure.
So that about does it. But I do want to hear from you all. What do public lands mean to you? Please let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to voice your concern about the Productive Public Lands Act, the push to sell off public land to raise revenue and pay for tax cuts, and the broader efforts to make it easier to pass legislation that allows these sales, we'll head over to the Outdoor Alliance page, this page right here. They've made it really easy and quick to contact your representatives. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you like what you saw in this video and want to see a little bit more like it, you can do so by hitting that subscribe button and notification bell. And if you want to help support this YouTube channel, everything we're doing at BIKEPACKING.com, you can do so by joining the Bikepacking Collective. The Collective offers a lot of awesome perks, including industry discounts, monthly giveaways, the twice-yearly Bikepacking Journal, and all new base camp. So to learn a little bit more about all of those things, or just to join, you can do so by clicking on the card in the top right corner, or also following the link in the description below. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, pedal further.